Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Do you like ghosts and ghosts? Do you have fights and fights and do you have bad dates? Do you like ghosts and ghosts?
Oh, the thing is, oh, the thing is, oh, the thing is, oh.
Hey guys, this is Shannon. You're listening to The Thing Is. Thanks for coming back to join us. I'm here as always with my hilarious co-host, comedian Mike Figs.
What's up, Shanny? Happy to be here.
Figs, what is around your neck?
Oh my God, I woke up today and I said I'm gonna be Puerto Rican, and this is just my little like
Sweat
bandana,
rag?
my sweat rag. But it's actually
It has Mickey Mouse on it.
Limited edition from Mickey Mouse, and it holds moisture to keep you cool in the outside. And I washed it with Downy, so it does smell like Downy. You want to take a whiff?
No, it's not gonna. No,
You
I don't
sure?
want to smell the thing you've been sweating into all day.
whiff?
No, thank you.
Why don't you
wanna
smell
go
that
look?
Italian horn he's got around his
You
neck,
want to
too?
smell this? This is sterling silver.
I
according
want to
my mom.
smell zero things that are on your body on this 100 and something degree day.
Oh.
Joining us for the first time on the show, it is the host of the Unsolved Mysteries Rewatch podcast,
Yeah.
Bryan McKenna. Welcome to the
Nice.
show.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank you.
Thanks
Good
for
to be
thanks
here.
for braving the weather today.
Yeah, it's only 176. Fucking sweating.
I only poked my head out for a second earlier because I've been here from early, but it seems like yesterday was more unbearable. Does it not seem that way outside? Yesterday sucked really bad.
It's the same level of disappointment
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Today's a little bit better because it's kind of
But
not
it's
cloudy.
But it's.
Yesterday was like cloudy and humid.
Do you want to elaborate on what you're saying? So because it's cloudy,
Yeah. No,
it's
but
less hot?
So, okay, let me explain. You would think that on a cloudy day, perhaps there would be a little wind blow or something. Yesterday
No, it's
was
just blocking the sun a
butt
little
ass.
bit.
Yeah, it was butt ass hot and humid and was like
Yeah.
raining. It was just and thunder. I woke up to thunder. I think
yesterday I was in the
It was 2
pool
days ago,
yesterday.
thunder. What was? I don't even know what yesterday is. I'm trying not to drink this White Claw.
There
and
is
it's
wind
killing
right
me.
now, but it's just blowing hot air at you.
Yeah.
So you're just like, this is fucking terrible. Like
Yeah.
the blowing hot air. I'm like, no wind. If it's 100 degrees, there should be no wind. But
Yeah,
that's
and
endurance.
yeah, and maybe because yesterday I was wearing pants, today I'm wearing shorts. I got my wet
Mickey Mouse
rag,
rag.
Mickey Mouse.
The Mickey Mouse it's a
This was
statement.
$49.99. I bought this at the Magic Kingdom.
That's not better. That's more homosexual, I think.
Okay, thanks for that.
And it's also a shade off from the thing. I don't enjoy it.
If you touch it, you will feel even
don't
worse.
want
It's a
to touch
shade
it.
off. It's such a woman thing to point out.
It feels like a sham wow. It is. There's a lot of moisture in here.
And so if you squeezed it out right now, would it drip?
That's a good question. I think because of the Disney technology,
Oh.
it will not drip, but we could try it out.
No, thank God.
No.
That would've been
If
so
If that
gross.
dripped, I was leaving, by the way. I'm fucking out of here. I'm out of this podcast. Have a great day, everyone.
You're just gonna go invest in that technology.
Goodbye, everyone.
The slap chop guy
Great
sold me.
seeing you.
I saw on Instagram, I'm assuming this is real. It's one of the New York pages. I sent the link to Harrington. You may have to click through a few. And I believe this is in the Bronx, but it's one of the ones you have to click through. And it looks like they're, back in the day, people used to open up the Johnny pumps and just blast them, into people's faces when it was too hot out. But now, go ahead and share it, Harrington. It
Oh,
looks
there you
like
go, the
they're
Johnny Pump.
they're filling up above ground pools.
Yeah, those are
Is this
my
happening in the
people.
Bronx?
Yeah.
You saw this with your own eyes?
That's
yeah,
Mike right there.
That's my
Look at
wife. and our
This
my
is
mother-in-law.
This is really happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no one in it.
Easy.
People
And there's a float.
Yeah, Amazon. Mira, go Amazon. They sell this shit on Amazon.
I want to see what that pool looks like at midnight. in
Oh
the Bronx.
yeah,
There's fucking 7 dudes just hanging out, fucking washing
smoking
themselves.
hookah.
Yeah.
The music is blasting, and there's a barbecue there, and you know what? They make it work.
I've never seen such a thing.
Street barbecues
That's crazy.
are wild. in
Just
the
during
Bronx.
the day, during the week.
Yep. I live across from a park where there's sprinklers and stuff like that, whatever, and people bring their own barbecue things. And it is not a barbecue park. It is not that type of park. It is a small. It's a bocce ball court, and there's pull-up bars, and there's shit for the kids. That's it. And people the homeless guys do crack
They're
in the
monkey
bathroom.
bars. They're not intended for pull-ups. I think they're monkey bars.
That's hilarious, and the most racist I've seen in a long
Absolutely
time.
not. Absolutely not. It's for children.
That was so racist, Shannon. You barely took a sip of the White Claw.
Oh no.
They have a lifeguard.
Wow.
That's hysterical. Un lifeguard. Mira,
So do
un
they-
lifeguard.
Lifeguard is
These are Dominicans, bro. These are my wife's people.
I'm surprised it's not the lifeguard's not just some guy in his apartment sticking his head out the window. Like, no, I'm watching.
He's just going, hey, mira, no, don't do it. Be careful. Don't do that. He doesn't care about their lives. He's there watching the pool, making sure the pool doesn't break.
Yeah.
Because it took him forever to make that pool.
It's a 3-foot pool he's got a fucking lifeguard for.
It's hysterical. But yeah,
do you think,
deep.
it's crazy.
do you think they're like getting permits for that?
No.
There's a lifeguard, but they have a lifeguard.
You think that the guys would show up for the pools, but they don't show up for the stabbings and the drug dealing and all the other shit?
Not every single one, not in the Bronx. But that'll be an easy bust.
Yeah, no, these fucking no. There are no permits. The cops don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. And if the cops show up for a second, they're gonna get a call for a real crime and run away. Like it's they're so spread out. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
I don't even.
Shit's right outside my house, and my area is not that bad, and the shit is right outside my house. So imagine the areas that are really, really bad.
Yeah.
This is like this is something to look forward to in the summer. So it's like a yin and yang. Like, oh my God, this is horrible. We got to move to Florida or New Jersey. And then the other side of me is like, fuck, you know what? Let them let the kids have fun.
We'll just get a pool. We'll put it right in the front yard.
Yeah.
There's no front yard. That's the sidewalk.
Yeah, whatever that is. The sidewalk.
And the adorable T-Rex float, that's some charm. That shows there's love in that
There's
family.
a lot of piss in that pool.
There's a
Those
lot
Those
of
kids are not
piss.
getting out of that
There's
pool.
piss, there's Newport ashes in there, there's condoms, and there's diapers. 100%.
And a lot of planning. Do you think they went door to door and was like $5 each door in the apartment building? Who's paying for that?
That's a good
That's
question.
a very good question. I think someone.
Somehow I feel like the state is paying for that.
I
don't know
think
why.
that's what I basically was about to say. Someone cashed in their unemployment and they were like, let's buy the pool, and they did it on Zip, and they're gonna be paying for that pool for the next 2 months, but it's $800 pool.
Yeah, those are the for real deal ones.
That's a real deal. Yeah,
and they're not even like a baby, but like they constructed them.
Yeah, they 100% did. There's a bunch of uncles that made that, and they feel good about it, and they're drinking Modelo's the whole time, and the kids are having a blast. And then at nighttime, it's Iran at nighttime. It's just a war zone at nighttime. 100%.
I can imagine. Well, good for them.
Would you jump in the pool for $5,000? You got to wear a 2-piece bikini. You're getting $5,000. It's 7 o'clock. It's a mature. It's 7 at night. It's mature hours. There's guys smoking. There's Ricky Martin playing on the boombox.
Kids have been peeing in it all day long.
It's already been soiled.
You have to go under?
All you got to do is walk from one end, the big one. You got to go on a ladder, go from one end, splash around, get out. $5,000. The pool has a good amount of people in there.
Brian raises a good question. Does my face have to touch the water?
Your face does not have to touch the water.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
But I don't know what the measurements were on that one.
That's not. It's probably 3 to 4 feet.
Okay, so you're fine. You're fine.
As long as 4 feet, I can.
Yeah.
My face won't touch
You'll
it.
be fine.
Yeah, you're okay.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because then I could just shower real quick after, get it off of me.
Okay.
You're going
You
to
gotta
go to the fire hydrant. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You're go to the fire hydrant right next to it and just hose down like an elephant. You're like, fucking.
Is that a fat joke?
Señorita.
No, not at all. That's what it is. You're like, fucking hose me down.
So she gets for being racist. That was very racist of her. Monkey bars.
That's what they're called. Have you never heard that before?
No, there's pull-up bars in this park, like actual
I don't
workout
believe you.
pull-up and dip bars.
I think they're monkey bars for the kids.
Well, you can call them monkey bars if you want.
Because it's a play
You
space.
can call
It's not a prison gym. It's a play space for children.
You can call them. What's going to be the next thing we talk about? How Donald Trump, he made peace. There's peace in the Middle East, baby.
Is that what is your connection there?
No, that you're my racist. You're one of my racist aunts.
Aunts.
I'm saying that that's like an auntie uncle behavior. That's what's in the park.
That's
those are called pull-up bars.
Yeah, those are pull-up bars.
But Shannon thinks they're.
I mean,
Have you ever heard of monkey bars before?
Of course, these are the monkey bars.
you're talking about the ones that go across.
Yeah, those are the ones the little kids they hang
Do that
like
again.
monkeys.
Yeah,
That's not monkey bars.
I think that is
those
a
are
monkey bar,
Ninja
'cause it's
Warrior.
a straight-
Actually, those are monkey bars. Sorry, they were just.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just saw I saw the chosen
you.
the
So-
chosen race.
That guy
So-
have tits in his
That
back?
guy
Jesus
is
Christ,
crazy.
what is
That
that?
dude- That dude has
It's like lat implants.
That is gross.
This kid is jacked. Yes, those are monkey bars.
Thank you. So this is my point: is that even though you're doing pull-ups on it, they're still monkey
No,
bars.
but that's not what's in my park. The first thing that Mike showed, that's what's in the park, which are pull-up bars. You never heard of the bartenders, the group of black men that work out in
don't they do
Harlem?
it on scaffolding?
They do it in scaffolding as
I've
well.
seen that,
But there's
yeah.
also most parks have some sort of like, You know, it's
prison
some
gym.
Obama initiative shit. Now I sound like one of my uncles. It's some health shit. Oh,
You know
let's
that
be
liberal
health-
bullshit
that
they're
cuck
doing in
shit.
this city.
There's a slide, and then next to it there's like a thing so you could do like ab raises.
Still the same bar.
I'm gonna take a photo
Same
of it.
bar.
Yeah,
Yes,
hilarious.
it's all the same thing.
I'm gonna take a
Long
photo of it and
bars.
show you. I'm gonna go in front and be like, look.
But you're not gonna touch it. Or
I'm not
use
gonna
it
touch it, but
anyway.
I'm gonna get shanked.
And jump in the pool after.
And then I go, ooh.
Yeah.
Can you? I want you to show me a picture of one of the pools that you pass by,
Okay, I will.
and then we'll put it in this because
I
I don't
got you.
I don't know that I believe this exists.
Well, there's not there's pools in the area. There's pools in the Bronx. I've seen them. Where I live,
On the
it's the
sidewalk.
monkey bars. Yeah, where I live, it's the parks that have the barbecues and that have like you're not. It's illegal to barbecue
Mm-hmm.
in these parks. It's a crazy fire hazard.
Yeah, but it's illegal on the side of the Cross Bronx
Yeah,
fucking expressway, and I've
exactly.
seen them do that.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
one.
I've
It
seen
never stops anyone there.
They're always selling corn and shit, corn and sliced mangoes. That's totally fine.
Come down. I'm like, why is everyone barbecuing on the side of this parkway?
You know when you turn up to go to up to George Washington Bridge, like
Yeah.
there's like a turn. There's always a lady there, and I always ask like, someone's dropping her off there, right?
I would think,
it's a
yeah,
shift.
you're not walking there. You
Yeah,
can't walk there.
that's
I mean,
sad.
I guess you could, but fuck.
That's dangerous. Like right in the middle of the exit, like going up, like it's crazy.
They sell roses too
They
sometimes.
sell roses.
I tried that with my wife one time. Didn't go over well.
Hysterical.
To
Yeah.
sell roses.
Well, no, I tried to buy one when she was getting back from the airport, and I gave it to her. And she's like, "Did you buy this from this woman on the side of the road?" And I'm like, "No."
It's like, it smells like Castrol GTX.
I was like, "No, not at all." Yeah, I did.
Still it's not like a fake rose.
That's a real rose.
It was a real rose?
She was just
Okay.
like, "Yeah, I like how you thought about it 5 seconds before I showed up." I was like, "Well, whatever." I thought about it.
Are those churros as well? Did you buy fucking churros, Brian? You're like, no,
melons?
baby.
I'm like, "I got melons and roses, hon."
Shaved ice. No.
Shaved ice. Another one they sell.
It's a hustle, man. It's a New York hustle, and that pool is a great representation of the hustle.
Do you think they charge money to go in that pool?
That would be wild, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because it's kids, and the kids like aren't with their parents.
No, I'm saying at
Yeah.
night for the adults. The adults are. I feel like there's got to be like a.
I wonder if it
surcharge.
gets fucking hot. I wonder if like hot Latina mommies are just in two pieces. It's not. It's not.
No,
like
it's
that's
not.
what you think.
That's what we want.
But it's not. It's lesbians with jean shorts. It's
And
big
then
girls
they're
smoking
selling
Newports.
nutcrackers.
Selling nutties.
Yeah.
Ugh. Orchard Beach. It's what it is. It turns into Orchard Beach when they call it. But they actually say Orchard Beach is nicer now. But
I
it's a
don't know
whole
what
other
Orchard
story.
Beach is.
It when I was younger, it was called Chocha Beach because it would just be sluts and drugs and
Is that also the Bronx?
in the Bronx, City Island to be exact. But they say it's better now. But who knows? I go to fucking Long Island, baby.
That's where
Long
you go.
Beach. I go to Long Beach.
That's where you go.
Go to
I paid
Jersey?
my $15 that I paid. Actually, I call a friend who has a card and I get it for free, like a real Puerto Rican. But it's a very nice beach, I will say.
Long Beach is nice.
And where the hell's that?
That's Orchard Beach.
That's Orchard Beach.
Oh wow.
Well, that's just a piece. That's yeah. I mean, it's not horrible.
Is that the bay?
I know it just
No
looks like a
waves?
puddle.
Are you sure this is Orchard Beach? This looks like
Orchard,
Aruba. This is
Orchard
gorgeous.
Beach. What?
This looks really nice.
It says Orchard Beach Pavilion,
Uh-huh.
Orchard Beach, Bronx.
Okay, that looks a little bit dirtier.
Yeah. This is it from the
Well,
sidewalk.
all of that is new. They renovated it, and because it got destroyed in some sort of hurricane or something, and they made it look a lot nicer. Supposedly it's better, a lot of handball courts and stuff, but you won't catch me there anytime soon.
Noted. So we're gonna get into
There's some monkey bars there too.
we're gonna get into some of the segments now. So Brian, it's your first time in the show.
Yes.
Usually, the first question we ask new guests is for you to tell us a story either about your worst date experience or weirdest sexual experience.
Okay. Worst date experience. The first one that came to mind is I went on this date with I don't know, she wasn't Peruvian. What the fuck? What's like the really who are the people in the Middle East have a lot of money? Not
Persians.
Persians. She was Persian. Gorgeous fucking girl. Gorgeous. Dark hair, and we went out to eat, and we sat down at the table. And she goes, she asked me what I did for a living, which is, of course, I'm already annoyed. I was annoyed by that question. I'm like, what does it matter? But then I realized, like, she is Persian. I'm
Did
like,
she
this
have
is a big
rubies in
deal.
her hands while she was saying
She
it?
might
Was
as
like-
well have, because she goes, I was like, oh, well, I do comedy. And she goes, oh. And then she stops, and she goes, is that lucrative? And then I went, well, I don't. I go, like, I wanted to be like, it depends. That's our earning. Like, you can make no money, or you can be Kevin Hart. And I go, I'm nowhere. If that's a sliding scale, I'm somewhere near the nowhere. And I was like, oh, it can be. And I'm not kidding. She goes, oh, okay. And then like a half a second, maybe like 5 seconds go by. She gets up, doesn't say anything, Just walks out of the restaurant.
It's amazing.
Walked out of the fucking restaurant. Walked out of the fuck, and I was standing there. I'm like, oh, I'm like, hello, and she walked out. And I remember being like, that's the craziest thing ever. But I remember being like, people talk about getting ghosted on fucking like on the internet. I ghosted in real life. She literally just got up and walked away, and I was like, bye.
So did she excuse herself?
Nope.
Did she spit on the
wish.
floor?
I would have taken all of these. All of these I would have taken. You spit on the floor, you tell me I'm a loser, all of that. I'm like, yeah, 100%. Nothing. She got up, walked out of the restaurant. Just goodbye. And then I went like on, I want to say it was Tinder. It had to have been Tinder because that was like the time frame. I went to go check, unmatched.
Oh,
like everything was gone. I was like, all right, I guess see you around. I guess I'll see you
my
later.
God.
Do you
She's
not
about
have
money?
You don't have your job listed on a dating profile?
At that time, I think I did, and I don't think I guess she didn't look at it.
Because it seems like if this is something that's clearly so important to her, that she would have at least maybe asked that question or looked at that information prior to
You would think, yeah.
this.
Yeah, I don't know if she ever did.
She
did.
probably Googled it.
We talked for a bit too. That was the thing that was the most like annoying about it. I think we talked for like 2 weeks, kind of back and forth before anything was set up, and then the day came, and then she just was like, okay. Goodbye. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Did she order food?
No, nothing was ordered.
All right,
And
well-
the waiter came out, and I'll never. The waiter was the funniest because the dude walks up and he's like, "Is your guest coming back?" And I'm like, "I don't think so." Like we just looked at each other, like we're like, I have no idea. I don't think so. And he's like, all right, I'll come back. He's like, I'll come back in a few minutes. And he came back in a few minutes. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave, dude. I go, that's the crazy. And I call one of my friends who was a girl, and I'm like, you gotta hear this story. I'm like,
hysterical.
and she's like, of course, my friend Nicole, who I called, she was just like, well, she's Persian. She's like, what'd you think? What'd you think was gonna happen? with
Meaning,
that? I'm
like, I'm not wasting my time.
yeah,
I'm
like,
about
she
my
was
money.
like, I need, yeah. And honestly, I mean, I get it. I wouldn't have dated me at that time either.
Yeah, she just no bullshit. You know, she just went right to it.
And oddly, older I get, the more I respect that. Like in a weird way. I don't respect it that she came to the restaurant, but I kind of respect the fact she was like, wow, this is never working if you don't have money. And I'm like, all right.
Then, like, I would kind of prefer, as rude as that is, for her to say those words.
Yes, I would have appreciated that, yeah.
And then how long before did you stay and have a drink or something?
No, I just left. Like the guy
Immediately?
yeah, well, the guy came over and was like, I'll come back in a few minutes. And I remember like I checked my phone. I checked to see like if she was off the thing. She was off Tinder.
Did you keep looking at every time someone
Yeah,
else
I
walked
kept like
in?
looking. Yeah, dude, it was like, and at that point in my life, I was at like a low point in my life with like dating. Like I couldn't seem to catch a break, and like this was just one that I was like, this is nuts. And like I checked the thing, and then the guy came back over, and he was just like, is she coming back? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm gonna go. And he was like, all right, like see you later. And I bet that dude talks about that. I know he does because I know he's like, yeah, this girl sat down. I don't know what the guy said. Like I just said I had no money. That's all I said. She was fucking out. Yeah. Like I said, I respect it a little bit. I respect it a little bit, but she should have said it beforehand. And that would have been fine.
Was she hot enough for this behavior?
Yeah, she was hot enough.
Do you think she called like her dad and was be like, some improv clown? I just walked out on the improv clown, wasting my time.
Good for you, honey.
He's
Good
like,
for
good
you.
job, pretty good.
Yeah, that was wild. That was a wild one. Sexual experience. Is that the next? Is it all encompassing?
It's all encompassing,
okay,
yeah.
it's all
But if you
encompassing.
have a weird sexual experience.
Well, I wouldn't say it was weird. Depends on what you guys consider weird. I had like a crazy stalker after I went to Mardi Gras. I went to Mardi Gras 2 weeks after the Saints won the Super Bowl by chance. Like we booked Mardi Gras and then went down to New Orleans. And then we just happened to be there when the Saints won. So it was the craziest 5 days of my life, like being there with just fucking... They won the Super Bowl. People were just, animals on the street. Shit I've never seen before to this day.
There
Like
are
just
always animals on the street in
they
New
all,
Orleans.
yeah, but this was Mardi Gras and the Saints
Yeah.
one. It was just
Hate it
like
there.
it was
Chaos.
literally the perfect storm of like craziness. This girl, fucking Jesus Christ. I hooked up. It's the only one night stand I ever had in my life, and I never did it again after this because it was just like she was working at this bar, and we kept going to this one bar on the strip on the what's the name of the street? Bourbon. We kept going to this one bar every night for whatever reason. We would start there, then kind of bounce around. So this waitress kept coming around to us. Long story short, we ended up hooking up. We brought her back to the hotel. We ended up hooking up in the bathroom. The night before we left, I hooked up with her. So like I had a flight at 6 a.m. and we were hooking up in the bathroom at 4:30.
Oh, damn.
Something like that. And it was like, my friend knocked on the door with all of his bags ready. And I'm
my
like, what's up? And he's like, we got to go like now. We have to go to the airport. So I hooked up with her. And then it was after, which is the part that's like weird. Nothing really weird happened sexually besides just what went on after, like, she started texting me like crazy, and then she was like, I'm gonna come visit you in New York, and I'm like, okay, like, when do you want to come visit? And she was like, Wednesday. And it was like, you know, I was still drunk, like, you know what I mean? I'm like drunk, and I'm like, nah, that's a bad time to come. I'm like, I don't know. Like, she was like, no, I'm gonna come Wednesday. Like, I'm gonna get a flight. And I'm like, oh no, don't do that. I'm like, stay where you are. She was from, I want to say like Texas or something. No, yeah, she was Persian. She was from like Texas or something like that. And then she basically, for 6 weeks, I'm talking, called me 7-8 times a day. I mean, 50 text messages a day. How come you're not answering? And it got increasingly crazier, where I started to actually get to a point. This is weeks later after I'd left. It was like, I was getting to the point where I was actually scared. I was like, oh, she's going to kill me. Like, I don't know what she thought was going on. I'm like, we hooked up at Mardi Gras. Like, what did you think? Think we were getting married? I'm confused. This is how crazy it lasted. So then eventually it stops. Like 6 weeks go by. She eventually sends me one long message of like, you shouldn't have told me we were going to hang out again. And I was like, I don't remember saying any of this. Within the last 7 years, I randomly got like an Instagram like follow from her. Like, I didn't even know she knew my full name. She like followed me on Instagram, and I got to freak the fuck out because I'm like, oh, she's gonna, like, now my life is way more. I wasn't doing stand up at that time. People can find me. It's not that difficult to fucking find me. I got really nervous. I had to like block her, and then I was like going through. I talked to people, and they were like, well, if she does anything, she shows up somewhere where you weren't expecting, then you could do something, but like you can't do anything before. I genuinely got scared because she was really, really odd.
Thank God she never like hopped on a flight and then just tried to. There you go. You did it. You did it, Bryan.
Got him the drink.
Good job. 21 minutes.
It scared the shit out of me. Like, it
By
really
the way,
did.
he hasn't been listening to anything that you've been saying.
He's been thinking about. Yeah, he's been thinking about getting a drink. He's like, oh
We
my
got him
god,
now.
I haven't listened to anything for the last 21 minutes. No, I'm kidding. No, my number one question is, how was the puss?
It was fine. Like, it wasn't anything to get on a plane and come to New York. Like, it wasn't like.
Did you like dick her down like she has never been dicked down?
I've never
before?
done that in my life.
Like, you could give
dude.
yourself a
There's
pound
not
of
a
pack,
woman.
Bryan. Did you just
No,
fuck her rotten?
no. My wife wouldn't say I did that. I did that to her. Like, there's nothing out of the ordinary happened here. There was nothing.
Were you jacked at the time?
Yeah, I was in the same shape. Yeah, I was in the same shape.
Do you think that the only thing that you gave her as hope was to say, like, she's like, oh, can I come visit you? And you're like, sure. Do you think that's the only thing?
Yeah, if you were to, that's the only thing I could think. Maybe like, look, she was hooking up with me. She was working at a bar in New Orleans, and like, I think maybe it was like a hope, like, oh, I might be able to get out of what I'm doing and go with somebody I seem to get along with.
And then did she ask you, can I come visit in New York? Or were you like, oh, if you're in New York, come see me?
No, never said that.
Yeah.
Because I got freaked out by that point, so I was too afraid to say anything. Like, oh, if you ever make it to New York, like, hit me up and we'll hang out or something. It was like, she told me she was coming Wednesday. She was telling me she was getting on a fucking flight. And I'm like, do not get on a flight. Like, I live at my parents' house. I was like 22 years old. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't come here. You can't stay at my house. And be like, hey, mom, this is,
Brenda.
Yeah, she's fucking, whatever her name is. You know what I mean? Like, please come by. Like, so yeah, that one freaked me out. That was a bad one. And that's not really, nothing weird had, just that stuff was weird.
How old were you at the time?
I was like 20, whatever the year the Saints won the Super Bowl. So I'm 37 now. So whatever I was then, probably like 24 maybe.
And she was about the same age?
Something like that, yeah. She was around the same age.
What was it like? What was the atmosphere like down, like
Mardi Gras?
I mean, yeah, like that with everything. Like, I've never been to New Orleans, but like, were you guys, like, what was your first encounter with her? Were you flirting with her?
She was a
like,
drink. She was a shot girl. So she would come around and just sell shots. So she was coming around and
so
selling shots.
I'm assuming
she looks
dressed
good.
kind of good.
Yeah, she was like very
Sexy,
sexy.
yeah.
Yeah, very sexy. Short shorts. I mean, that's how you make money in those kind of establishments.
yeah.
And I just kept. Every time she came by, we always bought shots, but we always would flirt for a little bit.
Yeah.
And what was crazy was my friend wanted to hook up with her. And it was one of those scenarios after I did. I'm like, oh, I just wish he would have fucking hooked up with her so I didn't have to deal with this at all. Like, he would have been dealing with it and I would have been on the outskirts. I would have been so happy.
Yeah, why didn't you bang her in the bed? Why'd you bang her in the
Because
bedroom?
my friend, was sleeping in the room. So I had to go to the bathroom. And he was like, I think, mad at me about it because he was like, well, you're a dick for fucking. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Pass it up? I'm going to pass up fucking a girl wants to go with me? I'm like, no. I go, I'm not doing that. This is a couple years before the Persian girl. So, like, I got freaked out by that whole like thing, and I got very nervous.
You thought the Persian girl, when the Persian girl left, you thought she was gonna walk in.
If that girl walked out, I would have killed myself. Oh my god, that girl, yeah. Yeah, that's a weird, like, the other weird one that ever happened. I hope my wife doesn't listen to this. She's going to hate this entire fucking rant I'm on.
You're like, I've been dicking down girls in the bathroom.
She knows about all this, but she doesn't want to hear about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was jacked back there too, Mike.
I hooked up with my roommate when I was living with two girls. Like, and this was a horrible decision because it was my friend's cousin. Was just a bad idea because I hooked up with her and then I didn't want anything serious. I just moved to the city. So I was like having fun. My family owns a bar. I was like doing whatever I wanted. And like I got drunk one night and the next thing I know I hook up with her.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, no, I wasn't in the bathroom. I was in her. But that was the weird part. It was like we hooked up and then I had to like walk to my room. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was like, I'm not sleeping in this fucking bed. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, this isn't a thing.
Is a twin.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a twin. I got a queen over here. I'm going to my queen.
How long into living together did this happen?
Within the first 5 or 6 months. Probably 4 months.
Was your family's bar at McKenna's?
Yeah.
Is it still exist?
Yeah, it's on 14th Street.
Okay, at my last job.
You fucked Shannon?
No, at my
Did you
last
fuck
job,
Shannon?
At my last job, that was my favorite bar because they have the drink chips.
Yeah.
That was my
buy
favorite.
one, get one.
Yes, and I used to make everybody go there all the time. It was not their favorite bar; it was my favorite bar. I used to go to that bar all the
Yeah,
time.
it's my uncle's bar. We've had it since 1936.
Amazing. I love that bar.
It was my great uncle's bar originally.
That's
Should we
great.
go after?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, if you wanted to.
Look at he wasn't drinking, and now he's like, "Let's go."
Let's go to McKenna's. Buy one, get one.
That's crazy. Wow, what a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were living with her a couple of months,
Yeah, actually, I think it was less than that. I think it was probably like 3 months we had hooked up.
and you had known each other beforehand.
I knew her beforehand, but not really. It was my friend's cousin. I just she needed someone to fill the apartment. She had 2 rooms that opened up in her apartment in Queens. So I was like, oh, I'm moving to the city.
She needed someone to fill her apartment.
Yeah, she said, well, it's another one I wish I didn't do. Because I hooked up with her, and then I didn't want anything serious. And then by sheer coincidence.
Says every man.
I know.
I'll fuck you.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck it. I'm not.
I'm going back to my room and
I'm
playing
like,
with my boy.
Yeah, like I'm not. And then the crazy part was we hooked up, and then she was like, I want kids and stuff. So like, if you don't want that, I'm like, oh.
She just says this immediately after.
Within a week of us hooking up, it was like, I want kids and stuff. So if you're not interested in that, I'm like, oh, I'm not. I'm not interested in that.
Oh, thanks.
So
I mean,
yeah,
we already live together. May as well just make this official.
yeah, like it was like, what are you? I'm like, fucking kids. I'm like, I'm not doing any of that right now. I was like, I'm not interested. I was like, I don't want to be married yet.
Did you just have sex one time?
Yeah, because what happened was I got so I'm not proud of my actions after this, but like we hooked up and then like I got so that was another one I got freaked out about because I was kind of like, fuck, what do I do now? I just moved in. I'm like, I'm in the city finally now. I hook up with this girl and I'm like, now I can't hide either. You know what I mean? Like every movement is gonna be watched by this. So I'm like, fuck, like what do I do?
Fuck.
We jumped 11 steps. Usually you date for a while, then you move in, and there's all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But now she's watching everything I do, and rightfully so. It was like
Not rightfully so.
no.
Yeah, she should be cool
no,
about it.
because it's not like you guys were dating. You
Yeah.
just had this one hookup, probably like a
Yeah.
drunken hookup or something.
Yes.
She was like, "Oh, this is what I want." You're like, "I don't want that."
Correct.
It should have been easy to just be like, "Okay, cool, we're good then." Like,
Yeah.
tried it, whatever, no biggie.
Yes.
She doesn't. It's not rightfully so for her to then.
Not
Well,
at all.
then what happened was, and this is where I blame myself a little bit. I should have been tougher. Like she would come, like I would get home late at night, and then like I would take a shower, and after stand up and shit, and then I would get into bed, and all of a sudden my door would be a knock on my door,
Ooh.
and she'd be like, "Hey, like what are you doing?" I'm like, well, "I'm going to bed,"
She
and she'd be like, "Hey, can I?" And then we would hook up again, and I'm like, "Well, I'm only a dude."
So
Like
you did have sex more than once, you liar.
No. At that time, it was only once, and then after that, we hooked up a couple times after that. Yes. So it wasn't like it wasn't a weekly thing. There wasn't. It was like she would randomly do it. Like then it started to get weird after we hooked up like the second time. Then it started. There was like, she was like, "Well, what do we?" And I'm like, "Well, you keep knocking on the door." Like I don't know.
You just
You
want this guy.
I know, but it wasn't even. Wasn't even thinking that. I was just like, "Yeah, but you keep knocking on the door." I only have so much no I could say. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, no. If you ask again, I'm probably gonna say yes. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no once, and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna say no. I'm like,
She puts her head in. She's like, "You want to fuck?" Like, no. Then she titty.
yeah. I'm like, all right, come on in.
come on
You know what I
in.
mean? Like Sam. Sam Morril has a bit about. It's so true. He's a bit about the girl that killed the boyfriend. She stabbed him like 1,000,000 times, but she showed up in like a fake wig and shit, and then the guy let her in. And then they were like, well, she killed him. And it was like, he goes, that's how much willpower we have. The girl showed up in a fake wig and was like yelling. It's on camera, like yelling at him. And then he was just like, all right, come on up. Like, that's how much willpower men have. And that's what I have. I'm like, that's how much willpower I have. So I go, we had hooked up a couple times at that point. I met in that time frame. I then meet my wife, who's my now wife. And now I'm like, I was totally in love with her the second I met her. Like, the second I met her, I was like, oh my God, I love it. This girl is it. Now I can't bring my new girlfriend home because the old girlfriend I'm living fucking with. I was like, this couldn't be a worse fucking scenario.
Not
for
even
me.
A girlfriend.
Not even a girlfriend. Just a girl I hooked up with. And she's gonna be territorial. I get it. It's her house. Yeah. So I'm like, then I'm telling my now wife, I'm going, yeah, you can't come over. My wife, she's my girlfriend at the time. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh Jesus, how do I get into this?
I fucked my roommate.
Yeah, I basically just came clean because I was just like, I'm just gonna tell you what the deal is. Like, I hooked up with my roommate. It was a bad idea, and like now you can't come over.
And then she's like, I'm coming over.
Well, that's exactly what my fucking wife did. She was like, oh, I'm coming over now, and I'm like, fucking Christ.
Yes, open the door. I'm there.
She basically like came over to see, like, and I was like, you got to come. The girl who I hooked up with was living, she was a teacher, so she was gone till like whatever time, 3, 4 o'clock. I'm like, you can come by till 3:30. Yeah. After 3:30, you're not coming in the
When you hear
house.
that recess bell, you got to get the fuck out of
here. That's it. Like, you're out. So then she did come over. She like looked around. My wife is, I'll never forget. She like looked around. And she was like, oh, this is where you live. And I'm like, please. I remember my heart being, I'm like, please let's get the fuck out of here. I'll do anything to get out of here. I ended up leaving that apartment. I left early. I left at 7 months or something. I had a year lease, and I'm like, I'll pay the fucking whatever. I'll pay the double rent for 4 or 5 months.
And so the two of them never encountered each other?
Nope, they never encountered each other. She did something at the end, the girl that I was living with, that fucking drove me crazy. Was I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so whatever I had was going towards rent and food and stuff. This is gonna sound crazy. I don't know why she did this. I would buy groceries every Sunday. So I bought groceries. I filled my fridge. And now the other girl was fine. Nothing. I never hooked up with her or anything. But this girl threw out all my groceries.
That's fucked up.
So I just paid for groceries. I didn't have a lot of money. I was working at the bar. I probably was serving you. On the
probably.
Yeah.
I have pictures from the bar. I'm going to scan through them.
That's probably me. Yeah, it's probably me in the background. It really is. Like, the odds are probably quite high that I was there.
Just saying no to a bunch of girls. Yeah. They're like, fuck me, please, fuck me.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
McKenna's is a wild place. McKenna's is wild, that bar.
Love that bar.
The bar is wild.
Why is your shirt off, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, this is an Irish pub.
Yeah. She threw out all my groceries, which I still to this day don't know why she did
Milk,
that.
eggs.
Everything. I mean,
does she know that you're dating someone?
Yeah. I made it pretty clear. I said, hey, like, I'm seeing somebody right now. Like, you can't, like, we're not hooking up anymore. We're done. We can live together. I could be cordial. We don't have to be best friends. I understand the situation. I get what it is. We don't have to be best friends. After that talk, I guess she
took that okay? At least verbally?
Yeah, she took it okay. She nodded her head. Okay, fine. Like, that's fine. And I remember being like, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. She's gonna kill me in my sleep, and like that's. And I go, and it's gonna make sense. Everyone's gonna go, yeah, of course, Brian. Why would you think she wasn't gonna fucking kill you? She threw out all my shit, and that was when I lost my temper because I was like, it was like I just spent all this money. I go, I had no money to spend on groceries. I was like, I'm gonna what? I came home and I fucking went crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this about? And she's like, and she never denied it. She was just like, that's what you get for and I'm like, whoa, you did fucking throw, like I was kind of accusing you, assuming that maybe something I did. I'm like, maybe I threw it out, like I don't know. And then she was like, well, that's what you get. And I'm like, whoa, okay, you're insane. So that's why I was like, I'll pay the double rent and just get the fuck out. So I ended up finding a different place and moving to Harlem. That's where I moved.
The episode's going to be called Brian's Golden Dick.
No, I wish it was that great. I really do.
These girls are going crazy for Brian's
the most average in the entire world.
I do feel like you contributed to this one.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Also, I was immature, so there was immaturity involved in that.
I mean, how?
For continuously banging his roommate, knowing that she has feelings for him.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm on the hook for that. I
Yeah,
kind
but
of
you know someone really likes
yeah,
you. You
yeah.
continue to bang them, then you can't get mad when they're crazy.
And no matter what you do, you're gonna be wrong though. Because
Yeah.
if she goes, you don't want to fuck me, you're like, no, I don't want you to have feelings. Oh, you think I have feelings for you? Who are you to tell me about my emotions? You know, like you're damned if you do.
You don't
damned
have
if
to
you
say no because then you're gonna have feelings. You can just say, I think it's better that we don't have
Oh,
sex
really?
anymore.
That's what you think? Did you think that the first time we had sex?
That's probably what she would have said.
You know what I mean?
And the answer
Oh.
is no.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, I'm not smart
End
enough
of
to come up with that
story.
answer.
Fuck
Shannon.
you. Just starts
That was
pouring
never
out
happening.
Your oat milk?
Yeah.
Is this your oat milk? Fuck you.
Throws it out. I'm like,
damn it.
fucking Christ, man. Yeah.
God bless your wife for having the patience to deal with you in that situation.
Yes, because I kept telling her, I go, you can't come over. I'm moving out. Give me 1 month and everything will change. I kept being like, trust me. I go, I know you don't know me very well. I'm like, just trust me. Now she tells me now she was going to break up with me because she was like, I'm not dealing with whatever is going on here. I want nothing to do with. And I had never told her about the grocery situation because I didn't want to like I was like, I want this separate. I never told her about it. And she told me, she was like, I was going to break up with you. I'm like, that's when I would have dropped like what's really going on at the house where it's like, you don't understand what I'm walking into every day. She threw my groceries out. She's being crazy. You know, granted, I probably enhanced her crazy. I definitely threw gasoline on the fire. So like, I would have, if she would have broken up with me, that would have been like the Hail Mary, like, please don't break up with me. This is what's going on. And hopefully she would have understood. She says that she's not sure what she would have understood. She's like, I don't know what I would have done if you had told me all that.
Yeah, it's rough. Because every night you're going home to your ex.
Kind of, yeah.
You're going home to a girl you fuck.
Kind of. And then it's like now my wife she's my girl, but now she's like, yeah, but now I don't
Can I
know if
trust
you're
him?
sleeping
Yeah.
with this chick.
Yeah,
like, I don't know
exactly.
what the fuck you're doing.
How do I know she won't knock on the door and I text you, you're not answering, you know.
That's what I
Meanwhile,
mean,
You
yeah.
just fell asleep. you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
And that was where it got weird. And that was when I knew I was like, I'm just going to leave. I'll just pay the double rent. I'm out. And I went to Harlem and everything was fine. And everything did change. Exactly like I said. I was like, no, I'm telling you. I was telling the truth when I told you that.
Yeah.
When you moved out, a final confrontation or anything?
No final confrontation. What happened was the last any interaction was there was a note on like my boxes that were being like I had boxed everything up and it was in like the living room. And then I was moving out. That move out, I'll never forget. Fucking Christ, dude. That was like, I was just trying to get everything into the, like, I was jamming shit in places. I'm like, just fucking get it in the truck. We got to get out of here.
Before school lets out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, 3 o'clock. When that bell rings, we're fucking done. There was a note. She had left a note like, I'm sorry that things didn't work out or something like that. And I was just kind of like, at that point, I just wanted to be out. I was like, I'm out of the kind of fucking total situation. I just want out. I want out of the thing. And then I never said anything to her again, and she's still like obviously I'm still good friends with her cousin, but we don't ever. It never comes up. We never.
And you've never like run into her at social gatherings?
No,
And
I've
she never reached out
avoided.
to you?
I was very close with my friends' kids and stuff like that, so I used to go to all the kids' events, and now I don't go to them anymore because she'll be there, and I'm like, well, it's a respect. I can't show up. I can't show up with my wife at a thing that she's at. It's not. It's her family.
How long ago was it?
This is years now. I mean, you're talking. I've been married for 7. I've been together with my wife for 8 years, and this is it's at least 8.
It's probably getting towards that time where it's like like if you did hang out, I'm sure everyone would be like,
I would think
is
it would
she
be
married or
okay.
she
Not
has
with the
kids?
effect he has on ladies.
I
No,
know, right,
and I don't even
right.
have I wish I was that good looking.
Kids with fucking presents and
People who are
cupcakes
listening
all
to this
over
are gonna
the
think I'm so attractive. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm just as average as you cut. Like, it's not. It's so not the thing. Yeah, I wish I was more attractive that way. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's fucking. That was a bad
sticky
that was a bad one.
situation, but you did the right thing.
I think
Get out of there.
I think in the long, but you know,
You
it's like
definitely
some people would disagree. Some people are listening to this going, "You're a fucking fuck boy,"
No,
and I'm like,
it's
"Yeah,
really
you're right."
fucked up.
Yeah,
You had to.
I was.
pay-
Yeah, I get
Nah, You had to
A little bit.
pay
Yeah.
all this extra shit and everything. I think it's.
I
fucked
doubled up
up
rent for
that
5
She
months
wasn't
with no
mature
money.
enough to be like, I wanted to fuck this guy. I fell in love with. I fucking got crazy for him.
But he wasn't mature enough to say no.
Correct.
Yeah, but also,
Yeah.
but the timeline, like I don't know, the timeline is so. It was a couple months.
Yeah.
you know
It was
what I
only a
mean.
couple
and,
months,
and
'cause
she's can't take the hint. Like you were in the other room. You
Yeah.
weren't coming to her. You
No,
know, and
I
she
never.
Was, you know what I mean?
I never did that. No,
Yeah.
that's one thing I stand on. Where I was like, no, I was never actively trying.
aggressor.
Yeah, I was never like knocking on her door, being like, "What's up?" Like I wasn't coming home early to hang out. Like it was
Yeah.
like I was just doing my thing, and then I'd come home, and then that's what would
Yeah.
happen. Like I said, I could say no once.
Did
but I'm
she
like,
drink a
twice as
lot?
tough.
Did she drink a lot? Did she like to go out and party a lot?
I don't think so.
Teachers do usually.
She drank, but not where it was like
Yeah.
you would have noticed it.
Gotcha. I
You know what
gotcha.
I bet she went
You're
on to
young.
marry a cop. I feel
Probably.
like teachers and cops
Always.
always find themselves. Yeah.
Yes, always. Just always. Always, yeah. That was my, like I said, not crazy sexual experience, just kind of wild.
pretty good.
No, that's pretty
Wild.
good.
Is it? All right.
You did it. You
Okay.
fulfilled the segment.
I fulfilled that segment.
Fulfilled the
Okay, I'll take it.
So we're gonna move over to the next one, which is bad things.
Bad things with you.
I'm good.
So yes, by the way, this is Bad Things part of the show. We talk about fight stories, physical altercations. If you've been in more than one, then the most memorable one. I have a question. Did you take a sip of that ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I realized I don't think I like watermelon.
You want me to
I
drink?
just made the decision. No, I'll finish it. But the sourness is really bothering me today. I think no.
Lemon.
It'll have to be peach. Sorry,
Oh,
everybody.
peach. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the worst variety pack. Variety pack number 2.
I
think
kind
that's
of
the
like
worst
the
one.
passion fruit. I kind of like it.
Oh, passion fruit's the worst one.
I like the passion fruit one.
I like it. I think it's good.
All right.
I'll
Fine,
give you peach.
fine,
I'll
guys.
give you peach when you're ready.
Okay. All right. So, the most memorable fight that you've been in.
Oh God.
Hopefully, it's not with a lady.
On the way. I mean, you're talking just today or on the way here? I mean, what are we talking about?
Oh, that's right. Because you're working at that crazy bar. There must have been so many.
I've been in so many.
scuffles.
There.
I can't wait to text my friends. All I keep thinking about is texting my friends when this finishes to tell them this. It's crazy.
Every drink was buy one get one.
It's from 12 to 7.
Yeah, it was
And
happy
then
hour.
Happy hour is 12 to 7, and then midnight to 2 a.m. Buy one get one. So the midnight was the craziest on the weekends.
That's
It was
awesome.
We never made it
insane.
that long because
No.
we used to go like after my office job. We would go right after for happy hour and the chips. And I used to always want to go there because at Flight. Do you remember Flight? It was on I'm trying to think what the street of my job, but it was I can't remember. I don't remember the street names.
Was it a
But-
restaurant?
No, it was a bar.
Oh.
And it was like the theme, like when you went into the bathroom, it would play like a pilot talking on the loudspeaker. It was all like there was like a piece of a plane on the outside of the bar.
I don't remember it.
I'll ask them afterwards.
Yeah,
to
you'd have to
tell
ask.
you.
Fucking awesome.
That was
It
the
does
other-
sound cool. Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of it.
That was like that was
rules.
closer
Yeah.
to work. So everybody like preferred to go there. I was like, oh, it's a couple more blocks away. Let's just go to McKenna's.
I love themed places.
Yeah.
Well, you save money at McKenna's. Buy one, get one.
That's what I would
Like, oh,
say.
yeah, you're saving.
I probably still have chips in my house. From
There'd be-
there, from 100
there were
years
people
ago.
that would bring in chips from like 5 years earlier and be like, I got that. I'm like, is it good? I'm like, it's good today.
Hell yeah.
Line it up.
Come on in there, lad.
I'm like, come on in.
I can't believe it. That's what a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So fights. The most memorable
Fights.
fight that you've been in.
Oh God. I mean, the most memorable ones are me against one of my brothers. Like we're Irish Catholic, so I don't get along with my 2 oldest brothers. I haven't talked to them in 10+ years. So
Really?
yeah, my oldest one can fucking. If he died tomorrow, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like,
Wow.
fuck that piece of shit. He was a cop. He was a really great guy. No, he was a piece of shit. I've been in a couple altercations with him.
Did they work at the bar with you at any point?
No. He was just a douchebag cop. Trying to think. I got into a fight with my second oldest brother too in the kitchen of our old house where
Maybe you're the problem.
No, it's them. Trust me. Everyone else in my family agrees with me.
Did
They
you
started
hit
it.
your roommate at any point? There's gonna be a podcast with a Persian girl and the roommate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're the guy
Brothers.
from
I'm
you.
the guy
You're the dude from you.
Yeah, it's fucking believable.
Bryan McKenna.
I got into a couple fights with my brothers.
They
Yeah,
got the
those
wrong
are-
McKenna.
It's a different one. The other guy got arrested. Yeah. I got into a couple fights. I got into a big one in high school. This is what I mean. Like I did get into a lot of fights in school because, like, I don't know. Well, that just seemed to be like the thing.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to St. Dominic's, which is maybe I shouldn't have said the name.
Where's it
doesn't
at?
matter.
Where's it located?
Long Island.
Oh, okay,
Oyster Bay.
okay.
But I went to school with John Gotti's grandkids. So like I went to like I was on the show growing up Gotti.
Oh,
Like
they
I
were
was in the
nightmares.
background. They're nightmares. Yeah, but they're good guys. We had
For
our
the sake of the show, they're really good guys.
they're really great guys.
I just remember watching the show
And
and
we
I
like
remember
the
them being
cops.
nightmares.
one of them just got in trouble. You might be able to pull it up.
Harrington.
I was gonna say, didn't one of them just call Floyd Mayweather the N-word?
Well, that's his cousin. That's his cousin who's a professional fighter who actually fought him. Yeah, he fought. That's the kid I went to school with. His name is John also, but he's Junior's kid. Is the fighter who fought Floyd Mayweather like multiple times. But if you pull up the one that I went to school with, Carmine is his name, Carmine Agnello. He just got arrested for he took PPP money and then invested it in crypto. Like he took all the COVID money and then put it all into crypto, and then I think it was like $2 million or something like that. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna throw the fucking book at him. Like I'm like, that's a bad because I go just because of who he's related to. It's just strictly off that. I had like fights with those guys. We were friends, but like somehow we always ended up in a fight somehow. Like through I don't know why.
Old boys school?
Yeah, I see he was a year older than me. Carmine was a year older than me. And he's a good guy. Carmine's funny as shit, but like I just saw that I remember when I saw that in the paper and I'm like, "Oh, they're going to crucify you." When he gets that's going to be a bad one because I go just because of who he's related to. $2 million stolen, and they're going after all those people who stole money from COVID. So I'm like, you're screwed. We got into a bad one in high school outside after a basketball game. That was like basically a riot, where it was like some kid had shown up from the other school with like 7 or 8 guys, and then they sat on the other side of the basketball game, and then we finished the game, and then it was like we ran out. And then it was like 7-on-7.
What was the cause of it?
Just people talking shit, like typical high school nonsense. But it caused I think it made the paper after the basketball game. Like it was like the basketball game happened, and we played against a kid who played in the NBA for a bunch of years, Danny Green. He was on the other team. And then after, it was just this brawl in the streets. It was like the Gotti kids were there. Kids from the other school were there that we all kind of hated. Like that's what happened. And then it was just, I mean, I got hit. I don't know. It's uncountable how many times I was hit that fight. Like, just not, like, knocked around, I was bleeding. I'm like, I don't know what happened. And then I remember kind of, like, coming to and then swinging at someone, and it turned out to be my friend. Like, I'd hit my friend because I was just like, at that point, have you ever been in, like, a melee? You're just swinging at whatever the fuck. You're just trying to survive at that point. That's the only one that really comes to mind where it was like, oh, and I think I'm pretty sure it made the paper, that one.
So no, like, one-on-one fights?
I had bars and stuff, but, like, it was usually over something dumb, like someone fucking...
Any classic bar fights, like with glass breaking and guys fucking pool sticks?
One happened at McKenna's, where I was working, where a dude took a swing at me. But I did, like, jujitsu for years. So, like, he took a swing at me. He was drunk. Big fucking dude. But he was drunk. He took a swing, and I just ducked under him. And then hopped onto his back and then fell into the tables that were behind me. And I had him in like a rear naked choke kind of move but I wasn't choking, I was just holding him. But we were fucking flailing. That was like the last one-on-one. I remember I landed on my back on that one. I told my uncle, I'm like, I think I'm done. Like, I think that's the last one for me. They were like, do you want to press charges? I'm like, no, the guy's drunk. And it was like, it was an argument over a chip.
You gotta be kidding me.
It was literally an argument over a buy one, get one chip. Because he was like, it was like 7:30 or something like that. I'm like, you can't. Yeah, we can't.
You're like, this is O'Malley's. You're not telling me fucking about it's McKenna.
No, he
O'Malley.
he had said like you can't. Like there was a hard out on that. It was 7 o'clock, and then we would take him for like 15 minutes after that. But it was like my uncle's like, well, I'm losing enough money. Like we don't need to. We don't need to get. So 7:30 came around. I'm pretty sure, and it was like he was like, I'm taking the shit. I'm like, yeah, we're not taking it. And then he had an attitude, and he's like, you're taking it. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, trust me, you're not. He's like, I want to talk to the owner. I'm like, Bryan McKenna, you're looking at him. Like, you want to keep going? Well, we'll keep going with this. And also, I'm like working at the time, so he's young. And then it was like we were standing there, and I remember I came over. He waited for me to come around the bar. Now, if you've been to the bar, it's a very long bar. And I came around to go pick up glasses, and he like got in my face. And he's like, you're going to take my chip, motherfucker. And I was like, I'm not doing it, dude. And then I was like, if you don't get out of my face, I go, the bouncer's going to come over here in about 2 seconds and beat the shit out of you. And then he was like, yeah, I'll beat the shit out of you right now. I think he thought I said, I'll beat the shit out of you. That is not what I said. I go, the bouncer will beat the shit out of you. Because in reality, this guy's sober. There's no shot I'm beating him. He's kicking my, like, he was a big dude. But he was so slow that when he took a swing, I was like, oh, I could duck under this. This is fine. Ducked under, hopped on. All of a sudden I had, and then it was like, and then the bouncer came over. He's like, I'd never seen someone do that before in like a bar situation. And I was like, yeah, but I got lucky. To be honest with you, like, oh, this guy's not drunk. I'm so fucking dead.
Just always getting lucky, huh?
Yeah, I got lucky on that one.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not a good fighter, but this guy was 6'8", and I choked him out.
I flew through the air.
I fucked the roommate. The 2 Persian girls, I banged both
Listen,
of
I've
them
been talking for 47 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the crazy part is that if you know, I'm at the level of like martial arts. I did jujitsu for a couple years. If you know any jujitsu, I'm dead. If you know nothing, I could probably get you. Still, even now, I'm like, I could probably. If you know nothing, I could probably handle my own. Yeah. But if you know a little bit, I'm fucked because it's like that was it. Yeah, that's the only one that really comes to mind from McKenna's that I was like, whew, that was a rough one.
And nothing ever with you on stage. No issues with audience members.
No, I had a bat fly at me. Not a baseball bat, like an actual
like
animal.
A bat? Yeah.
Like a bat.
Fun.
Like in Iowa fly at me. But no, I never. All those altercations, I always laugh at that because I'm like, comics, whoever, like they seem to fight with audience members. I never fight with audience. Even if I'm like, hey, can you please be quiet? That's as much. I'm like a teacher. I'm like, hey, are we going to keep it down? Are we not keeping it down? Because if we're not going to keep it down, then we'll talk. But it's like most of it comes down. I just go, all right, man, then talk. You're ruining the show for everyone else. And then everyone hates them. And I'm like, I don't have to hate you. The 75 people here are going to hate you. Like, Yeah, I never get into fights with audience members.
No, you're a
Some comics
likable
seem to
dude.
like it.
We did 5 shows in Buffalo with Vinny,
Yeah.
and it was me, Brian, and Vinny, and yeah, Brian's a fucking man, kicked ass, likable dude. Maybe there was like one crowd that was like kind of crazy, and I think he just said some shit to make
Well,
them laugh.
I said it. Remember, there was that old woman. There was an older woman who yelled out about.
what was the thing?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Because I heard you laughing in the back.
No, so is that the one where I go? I was making fun of the hotels. I'm like, Vinny's in a fucking 5-star. I go, I'm sharing a room with Brian in the fucking La Quinta Inn, and right in the crowd laugh, whatever. And then
At the end of my set, she started yelling at me, and then I was like, "Hey, if you don't shut up," I go, "Mike and I are gonna fucking double team you at this whatever."
She was
Quinta
horny.
Inn."
All the girls are horny.
They're horny. They
Crazy.
don't want to fuck Vinny. They don't want to
They
fuck
wanna
us.
fuck- they don't wanna
They don't want
But
to
you
fuck
said,
us.
yeah.
I was like, "We'll double team you in that La Quinta Inn." I go, "You better be ready or something like that."
Yeah.
And I heard
You said
Mike
something-
cackling in the back. But that's the most of like I'll argue with someone on stage.
She said something like that. She was like, "I'd fuck you." You're like, "Well, you're gonna have to fuck Mike too."
Yeah,
We're
I'm like
sharing a
Mike's
room."
sharing, Mike and I are sharing a room, so I go, I'm like, you better get ready. Yeah, that's the. I don't really fight with people on stage. It's also not my. I'm an angry dude for sure, but like I don't feel like it comes off as like I'm angry at them. I'm angry about usually whatever I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
That's my Irish Catholic
Yeah.
upbringing.
Okay, I just don't know how to work out the timing. I have a video for this segment, but I don't want to do it and run out of time, so we can't do the scary thing. So I'm going to hold it, and if we have time, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
But let's move over now to scary things.
It's me at McKenna's.
Me and McKenna.
She's like, I got the video.
Looking at a chick with a magnifying glass, like, it ain't it.
Jesus.
It's a scary things part of the show. We talk about weird, creepy, unexplainable, possibly paranormal experiences. This could be anything from a dream that came true to like hearing a voice, seeing something move, anything that in the moment freaked you out and you couldn't explain.
Yeah, I did. I was in Montauk with my friend had a house in Montauk. We would go to the beach at night, so we would walk over to the beach, and it's beautiful out there at night. It's gorgeous. You know what I mean? It's 2 a.m. after the bars. This particular night, I was not drunk. I was not messed up in any way. I was not on mushrooms like my friends were. I was totally sober, 100%. And I was sitting there with a girl. It was a bunch of us. It was like, and then out in the ocean, I'll never fucking forget this. There was I don't know what this was. It's a UFO to me because I don't know what this. It started darting across. Now you're in Montauk. There's only water. There's nothing. It's water. It's Montauk, and then England is the next thing you're hitting. There's only water. This fucking thing started flying around over the water for 10 minutes, and then was just going back and forth, and then it was doing all these weird movements, up and down, up and down. This is before drones. This is before.
I was just about to say, drone is the first thing.
It's before drones.
Came to my mind.
It's over 10 years ago. So there was no drones or anything like that at that time, and it's over water, which is the thing. And it's not a plane. Because there's nothing to fly out there. It's not a helicopter. There's no noise. And it's shooting around. And then it splits into, 3 lights. And then shoots off at a speed I've never seen before to this day. And I remember standing there going, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. And the girl that was with us, who was standing right next, she was like, that's the craziest thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that was. I have no idea. And I remember I stayed up that whole night because I was like, that was the weirdest exchange of lights and shit I'd ever seen. That freaked me out and I kind of became a UFO guy after that. And that was where I was like, oh, no, there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but something's up. I saw something that night, and I wasn't drunk.
Does anything come up if you write Montauk UFO? Maybe not.
I'm sure.
I'm sure something will
Yeah.
come up. Yeah.
Type
Well, there was the
anywhere
Montauk
UFO.
Monster.
A beer's gonna come up. Montauk UFO IPA.
There was the Montauk Monster. That was the thing that showed up, that showed up on the shores. But that was the only.
Well, what? Oh.
Harrington?
There's a whole conspiracy theory called the Montauk Project that alleges there were a series of U.S. government projects conducted at Camp Hero or the Montauk Air Force Station in Montauk for the purposes of developing psychological warfare techniques and exotic research, including time travel. Stories about the Montauk Project circulated since the early 80s. According to UFO researcher Jacques Vallée, the Montauk experiment stories seem to originate with highly questionable account of Preston Nichols and Al Bayek. I'm going to look for more UFO tie-ins to that.
So there's an Air Force base right there. Then that can give a little something.
I've never seen it. Never heard it. I've never heard a plane over there. If there is, they're hiding it pretty well because there's not much in Montauk. You can't.
So there is an Air Force base there, Harrington? Or like an Army base?
It says there's an Air Force base. Montauk AFS is located at the very, very tip of Montauk.
Is that by where you were?
Yeah, I was right over there, right by the lighthouse. So we were like 2 things away. But the thing is, that the lighthouse is the end. I don't know where else. What is that?
Said the name of the show.
What?
I'm not telling you if you don't know the name.
No,
of the show.
I know the name of the show, but I'm like, wait,
Hey, Shannon,
said it.
when did I say it?
You said it.
I'm like, when did I say it?
When you don't have to do that is when I'll commend you.
The thing is, yeah. Here we go.
So, worth noting, it was decommissioned in 1981 and is now owned by the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation. It's known as Camp Hero State Park.
Okay, so Camp Hero State Park I've passed by.
So maybe that's a cover up and they're still doing experimental stuff there.
I wouldn't be surprised because the government lies to us all day. So, why wouldn't they lie
but
about
do
that?
you lean more towards this is something extraterrestrial?
Well, I didn't know that was there, so it's the first I'm hearing. It's potential that it's something U.S. government related then, because I would think, because it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Now, this could be, you got to remember, there's no drones then. It could be drones now, because the way that it moved was definitely something similar to what I saw that night, but I don't know. But it shot off into the sky and disappeared, though, so I don't know where it went past that. Did the lights turn off? You just turn them off, and then they come. I don't know what it did, but that was crazy that day. I remember like being totally blown away.
And you said it was just you and the girl, or there was other
There was a bunch of people, but
Yeah.
it was me and her standing at being like, "What is that?"
No drugs, no mushrooms.
No drugs,
nothing.
nothing. I was on nothing because I had to I had gotten drunk the night before, and I had to drive the next night, and I was kind of sick. Like I was like, "Oh, fine, I'll just drive." So like I was the one. I drove to the bars, and then we hung out, and then came back home. So I was stone sober, and we were just sitting there like, "Oh, yeah, very odd." And I've told people about it, and everyone like, Sean Donnelly, comic. Sean Donnelly's
he
a big.
loved this story.
Oh my
Yes.
God, he was like, I mean, he's like, we constantly text about UFOs, but I told him about that, and he was like, no, it's a UFO, and that's it, and I know it is, and he's like, and he sent me like 11 articles that backed up the fact that it was a UFO.
and 3 documentaries.
Yeah. He's like, you gotta watch this, and he's like, there's one in Brazil, and like, yeah. So that's what, but that's what I saw that night, and like that's my. So now that you say, is it possible that they're still doing something? Yeah, it would make sense, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not smart enough for that.
You believe in aliens?
I think something's going on. Also, there's got to be something out there.
Yeah.
There's got to be something. You trying to tell me there's nothing?
Yeah.
All the way that way, all the way. There's nothing. There's nothing going on. That sucks. If there's nothing going on, it's just us. Can you imagine?
It does. It also like it's also like I feel like that comes from a place of it's kind of like the flat earthers where it's just people feeling like we're so special that this couldn't have possibly happened somewhere else. Well, it's like so many things did happen to have to come together so perfectly unless you believe in like the creation theory.
Yeah.
But like everything had to happen so perfectly for us to be here. But that could have happened somewhere else because
Yeah,
like the
why
same
wouldn't
thing
it?
happened. Yeah.
Here. If it happened here, that means it can happen anywhere, in theory, right? And they go, no, it can't, because I'm like, well, how do you know? It's the craziest.
And so you think though it would be then from a different planet and not from like a different dimension?
I would. This is interesting because there's a lot of the UFOs have to do with water and interdimensional stuff, where like they're able to go into water and shit. Because a lot of them happen over water, which is when I started to get into UFOs and shit with like Sean and stuff. A lot of them happen over big things of water, and they seem to go into water and disappear. No one seems to be able to find them. So you go, is it maybe? Yeah, I guess it's possible. I don't know. I don't know. This is why I'm not a good UFO guy, because I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Because every so often technology comes out and I go, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, in 10 years, maybe I see something. I'm like, well, no, it's not interdimensional. It's us. You know what I'm saying? They made a cloaking device. You see this? There's a new cloaking device now. You put it over, no one sees you. It's the fucking craziest thing.
Oh wait, I was thinking of like
No, there's
something
like
different.
there's
I
a
was thinking of, like,
blanket.
air.
There's a blanket now that they're
like the Harry Potter blanket.
it literally goes over you and you can't see me.
That's crazy.
It like blends in with what's around.
That's kind of crazy.
So you're like, well, if they're
Awesome.
just getting ready to put that shit out, I'm like, well, what are they not?
Well,
telling?
that's why I'm thinking like, how long? Like this was long ago, but it wasn't. Maybe some rich guy in Montauk had a drone.
It's very
you know?
that's possible and also plausible. Yeah, see what I mean? It's how crazy this is.
That's crazy.
I saw this on Twitter. It wasn't this guy though. That guy looks like he was in Squid Game.
I was just about to say that. Glad you
Squid
said it
Game guy.
first.
He's about to die.
I was like, Brian, you were watching a Squid Game.
Yeah. What's
Okay,
my theory?
so UFO is one way that we can take this segment, and then the other way is like ghostly type things.
Yeah.
So I do have a video for this segment. At least we can get into while we're here. So this one, I guess I'm so like desensitized towards all of them that I watch all of them and I'm like skip, skip, skip. But Jorge reacted to this one, and I was like, oh, should I use it? And he's like, yeah, you should use it. So we're gonna do this one. It's a little bit long. There's a few different things that it has to do with. So the first timestamp, Harrington, is so this chick, she lives in a beautiful house, and then she's outside. She hears her dog barking. I don't know if I went back this far with the timestamp. And so she goes into the house because like lots of weird stuff keeps like happening around the house. She hears the dog barking. She goes up to the room and she sees this.
Just in the off chance that no one believes me, maybe I can catch it.
Sorry, Figs.
In my way of a freaking cemetery in my front yard. I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog.
Nice property.
Yeah, except for the cemetery in her front yard.
Yeah, it's a little.
She's in that room upstairs. You can really hear her working from here. Josie?
Why is the door open?
Josie?
Well, that was a sound effect. I mean, the way she's filming it just makes me.
I trust dogs, though. I'll tell you that.
I trust dogs, but I don't trust the way she's filming. I mean,
She's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it.
Why
I
would you?
don't really know.
Exactly.
Why would you leave her there?
That's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like,
Just standing there.
Yeah, I'm like,
her
that's no
stance.
different than any other stance, for the record.
like,
Okay, so we can skip to the next one because she's
Beautiful home,
but
like you said.
It is a beautiful home. She looks inside the closet and everything, so she does the whole thing.
Yeah.
So this next one, she's showing about the weird stuff that happens around the cemetery. So now she's going to show how the dog acts around the cemetery.
In front of her house, where some of her family members and also several of their deceased pets are all buried together. Recently, the dog Josie has just started staring at the small graveyard.
Wait.
Josie.
It's fucking weird to have this.
Creepy whites.
Josie, what's going on?
I see the orbs.
The horses on the ranch often just stare toward the small cemetery as well.
Well, it's in the midst.
I know, and they're also just facing in that direction.
Yeah, I don't know if
where
that's
you enter or where they see.
where they feed you from.
Okay, you can stop here. You can go to the next one. And then, so also she has neighbors that have cows, and she says that the cows just like wander onto her property and also gravitate towards the cemetery.
Was it Dr.
Which happens to be
Is it Dr.
in
Doolittle?
front of the house. Yeah.
Dr. Doolittle's the guy dead? They're like, we're just trying to talk to this guy.
It's just pets in the cemetery.
I can't remember. She does say it at one point.
Yeah.
I don't remember who's
This
buried
is
there, but there's like several.
Yeah, they said a couple family members.
All right,
but-
that's it.
But now, weirdest of all, Britt
That's
says that
CGI.
lately the neighbor's cows
That's
have started
CGI,
to
this is
wander
B-roll.
over to her property. They also just weirdly stare
B-roll.
around the small graveyard.
See
This is all artificial intelligence shit.
Yeah.
They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development.
It's weird when you got to shoo away a cow. Out here.
Grrr.
Like, why? They just kind of come. Really around this area.
Okay, so you can stop it here and then
I
get the next one ready.
They are pretty focused on whatever.
Right? And then,
Yeah.
so in the next one, I cut past this part, but she ordered food. The delivery driver comes, drops it off, and the delivery driver's there and is like, oh, cows, weird, whatever. So she goes out with her food to like go out and like film the cows again for some reason. And then she walks back into the house because the alarm is going off into the house. Like her door is open. She walks away, Uber driver walks away, and she walks back to the house, and then this happens.
The truck explodes.
You're going to have to play that again. So look at her shirt.
Yeah, her shoulder.
Oh, that's cool.
It almost looks like it pulled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it pulled.
That's cool.
So go back to it one more time. So, but pause it a second. Go back and then pause it. So here's something. Oh, go back a little bit more. So here's something that I noticed because I was watching this overnight. So Jorge and I are trying to figure out what's the effect that's making this happen. So there's not where is it? Who's pulling it and from where?
Yeah.
Because you made a pull.
It could be a thread
attached to where and who's controlling it.
There could be another guy in the other room, and when we threaded on his shirt, and he just pulled it. Like
from the other
piece
room?
of floss. Yeah, from the room to the left.
Yeah, but it's not going this way. It's going this way.
Whatever way it's going, a guy has a piece of...
There's stairs upstairs in front of her.
To me, it looked like it just went straight. I didn't see it go up. Play it again.
So, and as you play it, though, I want you to look in the mirror as you play it.
I noticed something in the mirror, too.
What'd you notice before you play it?
Something moved. Literally before you played it again, I was like, what happened to the hat? My eye went past there. Like, I saw something.
So there's a
shadow.
Someone walked by. So somebody else is there in the house.
Yeah.
So where that pulls from, the direction it goes to is the wall.
Oh, wait. Is that her? Is that her shadow?
No,
Because the shadow goes back when she leaves. When she leaves...
It enters, though, before she...
Right, that's her. That's her.
It's not moving at the same time she's moving.
I think it is.
It's not,
Look,
though.
and then it's her right there again.
Go play.
I think the reflection is her off the mirror of the door.
No, it moved
Shannon's right.
independent of her.
You sure?
Yeah, look, because it moves right before.
That's her, the second one.
The second
Coming
one is
in,
her.
Look,
There it
it
moved.
moved independent
The first
of her.
one looks like her ponytail. It looks like her both
It
times.
moves before she moves.
I think you're seeing the reflection of the door. Like, look. Pause it. That's her. That's all her.
Wait.
That's her white shirt. That's her hair.
Keep going.
Okay. It's the reflection on the door.
Past her,
And
right?
then that's her white shirt and her hair again. I think so.
I think the first one was another person.
Okay. I mean, it's...
Mike, what do you think?
Mike Harrington? Yeah, it looks like her, I think.
No, I think it's her. It moves at the same time as her. I think her shadow is what you're seeing. Because if you look back at the door, see the shadow is getting to the door before she is because of the way the light source is behind her or whatever.
I still think there's someone else there. And look, okay, let's see the pull real quick.
1, 2, right here. Boom.
Yeah, I feel like there's somebody right
over
there,
here.
right there with thread, and perhaps could have just pulled it. And the only reason why I think this is all bullshit, why are there so many? Why is there a camera in the room, a second camera in her room?
Cameras in my rooms.
On the facing the closets.
Inside, well, she put that there because weird stuff happens in her house.
Okay.
That's her story behind it.
And also the way she's filming like if there's something going on, I'm filming the upstairs. I'm not filming me go up the steps like theatrical like a director. I'm like looking up the stairs.
You're trying to catch someone on
Yeah, I'm trying to catch her off. I mean, do I like it? Yeah. Am I entertained by it? Yeah. Do I think it's... I mean, the animal stuff is what I can't explain outside, except the fact that the animals just might know that's where she comes in and out, and
Did
she
she
feeds
bury
them.
fucking food underneath the thing? I mean, has anyone ever asked that question? Where they buried food? I'm like, yeah, there's things buried. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking food. You put feed
It's your
underneath
groceries
there.
that you
Yeah, they're
fucking-
standing there. Yeah, it's my groceries that were thrown out by that girl.
It could be maybe she's like infested with mice.
Yes,
And that's what the
that's
dog.
also possible.
So the
Yes.
dog's focusing on in
Yeah.
both places, but isn't like has enough courage to go get it.
Yeah.
I do trust dogs barking randomly. I'm
Me
like, something's
too.
up.
It freaks me out.
They're in tune to something that I'm not in tune to for the most part. They hear shit. My dog does it all the time.
I
I'm like,
try
what's
to
up?
debunk it though, because a guy hung himself in my house
Yeah.
in the 70s, and my dog goes wild, like weird, like does weird shit sometimes, and I'm like, she has to be hearing things. So like, if she hears the door knock, she goes bananas.
Yeah.
But if I go like this on the wall, she'll fucking roar like, what the hell?
crazy. What
so
noise
like,
is
My
that?
dog's. So I'm like, I can't really trust.
Can't trust
my dog.
everything.
Yeah, I can't trust everything.
But it could also just be that they're just hearing something.
Yeah.
that you're
Hearing
not
anything that
hearing.
isn't normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then they lose their minds. Yeah. I typically trust them though. If a
I
dog doesn't
100%.
like a person, I usually trust the dog on that. Like if a dog's barking at someone, I'm like, something's up with this guy.
But even like in the middle of the night, because I have 2 cats, and
Yeah.
like in the middle of the night, if I hear something, I will like listen, and then I go to look at whichever my cats is in my bedroom, and be like, did they pay attention to it? If not, I'm okay.
Yeah,
If it
yeah.
startled them, then I'm gonna go and check out what it is.
Yeah.
It bothers me sometimes because I think every sound or whatever she reacts to, but I'm like, what if I don't react to the one time there's actually an intruder? So every time my dog does something, I like pop out of bed and just check to be sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? Because like that one day I'm like, oh, it's probably just fucking wind. There's gonna be the
What's
fucking
the-
night stalkers.
What's the
gonna come in my
weapon
house.
you grab? What do you got?
Oh, bro, I got nothing in my room.
You got nothing in your
Wow,
room?
now everybody knows it.
In
You're
my
crazy,
room,
bro.
in my room, I got a photo of me and my girl when I was skinny from Atlantic City. And
You don't have a bat? You got nothing?
I got nothing.
I have
in
a
my
Derek
room, man.
Jeter baseball bat. You know why? This is going to sound completely insane because I'm like, Jeter never misses.
That's like from the movie.
I fucking grab the bat. I'm like, if I'm hitting this guy, I got a Jeter bat, signed Jeter bat. I'm like, I'm gonna hit this motherfucker.
That's like the movie Signs.
Was he
The movie Signs, the swing batter swing.
Oh.
And that's and Joaquin Phoenix has to hit the
Yeah.
alien with the bat. But
Yeah.
literally, I have nothing in my room. Yeah, I got nothing.
That's
man.
where you need it.
No, you need that.
Dude,
yeah.
I got nothing. It's crazy.
I have like
I
a
gotta run to my
machete.
kitchen. Yeah, a machete is wild.
I do have a machete.
Machete
Yes. I'm not gonna
is
say.
wild.
I'm not gonna even reveal exactly where it is in my bedroom, just in case anyone tries to kill me. They won't know where I'm reaching.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a
Do
machete.
you think
somewhere.
do you have what it takes to hit somebody with a machete?
Well, you don't hit them. I think with a knife. I
To
think
strike them with a machete.
Yeah.
What do you do if you don't
In
hit
your
them? You
house.
poke them.
You don't hit someone with a
slice
knife.
them? You're gonna slice.
Get over
you
here,
just
you.
hit them with the fucking knife.
Hitting
Get
people
over
with
here,
knives.
you. I'm gonna poke you.
You know what? That last person that went to jail for hitting someone with a knife.
Yeah, you stab him. Stab him right in the stomach.
I'm about to hit you with this
Slice him.
I think you're doing it wrong.
the
if you're hitting
backside.
them with it.
Let me turn this machete that is not sharp.
Machete's a rough one because let me tell you something. If you're robbing someone, and all of a sudden someone's like, fucking, that's a whoa.
And there's so much surface area.
Yeah, it's big.
So it's like with something small, it's easy to miss. But I have a
machete.
giant thing. I have so much, so
But
much room
also,
for error.
you don't die right away. It just gets stuck in your skull.
I don't
You're
need to
like,
kill
"Oh,
someone.
fuck."
I just need to make them not kill me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I see. I was always afraid of the guys who had the gun. Someone's like, "Oh, I have a gun in my house." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's gonna go off. There's no way that doesn't go off
gun
at
is
some
scary.
point." The gun, I'm like, I can't. No.
It's terrifying.
Also, then there's the guys who have the gun, where it's like it's not put together, but they have one at the house. I'm like, "Well, what the fuck
I
is
know.
that doing?
Yes, it makes no sense.
What is that doing? You're gonna do?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, then you're like, "Get out!" It's like that guy's already
dead
robbed
twice.
you. Yeah, he already killed you, man. Like,
dead.
why would you ever do that?
And since we are talking about fight-related things right now, I just want to go through this. This is for the bad thing segment. We don't have to hit the thing again, but I do want to go through this video because I've had it for so long, and I just want to go through it quickly. I have a bunch of timestamps for it. So this is a woman who was caught shoplifting. She was caught shoplifting at like a beauty supply store. So it's like makeup and stuff is what she's buying, about $1,000 worth of makeup. So they catch her outside. So she already left the establishment. She's getting to her car. They catch her. They bring her back inside. And then this is her first, one of her first excuses and why she doesn't want to go to jail for it. So it's the first timestamp, Mike.
No. I can't speak to him anymore.
The him is the manager.
You just said it's up to him for me to speak
I'm
to him.
conducting an investigation.
No,
Now they're
I
blocking his
understand
face?
conducting investigation, but I'm
Okay,
talking
but
to
you
him.
cannot speak to him. He's working right now.
He just told me I can speak with him. He had no problem with that. I just don't want to lose my section A.
I don't want to lose my section A.
Let
me see that booty, baby, too.
Okay, so you were about the wrong thing.
No, I'm just trying to speak to him to see if I can buy the items instead. Because it's the same thing. I didn't leave the store. They got all the items.
Are you familiar with your Miranda warnings, man?
Yeah.
You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. You understand that?
I don't understand why you're being rude and you're a man. Like, what are you being rude for if I'm trying to buy
I'm not
something?
being rude, man. You have the right to remain silent and not
I'm
answer any
asking
questions.
you another
understand that?
question. I'm asking, could I speak with him because he has the
At
authority
this time, you are
to
not
do
able to
it.
speak with him, man.
But he didn't say I couldn't speak with him. You're saying that I can't speak with him, and I'm just trying to save myself from going to jail because my son is there.
Okay, you can pause it here. So I know you talked over it because, you know, you see a pretty girl on the screen and all you can think about is her boobs and her butt.
Yeah,
but
well,
so she referred to her section 8 as section A. She doesn't want to lose her section A. So you can go to the the second one. So
I
he's
was concerned
trying
about her section B.
he's trying to read her rights, and she has her list of excuses of why she can't understand them.
Okay.
All right. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. You understand that? Yes.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
I need you to verbally confirm whether
I'm
or not
handicapped, so I can't, like, I'm mentally
Okay, so you are
bipolar.
physically
Mentally bipolar.
Okay, so you are physically
And
unable.
schizophrenic.
She's
Okay,
gets
so
a
you're saying you're
Schizophrenic.
capable of giving me a statement.
I'm not.
Are you or are you
Well, that's
not?
the name of the
I
episode.
am.
Giving me a statement.
I am.
What's schizophrenic?
Schizophrenic. Oh my God, whatever that. Yeah, that.
whatever it is,
So do
whatever you say.
Poor lady.
You can pull it. You can pull it right. We'll go to the next one when the
I
screen
can't.
comes back
Just
on.
give her the olive oil product. and let her
That's
So
so
funny. Gitzophrenic is
Gitzophrenic.
great. I'm Gitzophrenic.
I'm I need to get up out of here.
She said it with confidence, though. She said it with confidence. Where in my head, I heard, I'm like, is it schizophrenic? You know what I mean?
Is that a different thing
Is
we
that a
don't know
different
about?
thing? Do I not know what that is?
And the next one is another one of her disorders that she has.
Schizophrenic. I'm gonna use that.
a third one.
I think I dated a few girls already. Talked about them today.
It's like if you're going to research these things as your defense, maybe just understand how to say the words. Section A, schizophrenic.
Baby.
Play with my life. You must don't know. I'm a NASCAR mother driver.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic.
Whatever you want is you so smart, sir. You so smart. You shouldn't have been a damn
Sit back, please. Sit back,
You should. I can't sit back. My hands behind my back.
Okay, I need to see both.
Okay, sir. My hands is behind my back. I'm at my lowest
So you
point.
don't want me to put
How
you
much
in
did she
seatbelt?
try to
I ain't
steal?
say I want you to put my
$1,000
sit back.
worth
You
of
said
makeup.
sit back. I'm sitting back.
I have to reach across you.
Okay, and I'm
To be
sitting
fair,
back.
that's like
What you
four
want me to
four
do?
lipsticks.
I know, right? So that's
No, but this is like
Right.
this isn't like MAC or Sephora.
Oh, it's like
yeah.
okay.
Detain me, a female
Okay, you can stop it here.
Search me.
That's not true.
So, but earlier when he arrests her, she when he takes off her sunglasses, she's like, "Be careful, those are $700 glasses." So she's on Section A. She doesn't want to lose her kid, which she says at a different point. She has $700 glasses. She's stealing $1,000 worth of makeup, not food for her family. Makeup, $1,000.
She got to look good for the streets.
She does say streets actually at some point. I don't have a timestamp, but she does say it. The next one is where she talks about her car, just as another thing of how much money she has, and on Section A.
Besides, y'all got to solve that y'all don't solve. Y'all don't be knowing what be going on around here. Y'all just be doing shit, halfway doing shit. I'm in that white Tesla right there. That's why I tried to turn to go straight, to go around to the other side. I'm in a white Tesla. Another that's stealing right along with me.
So
But y'all
white
don't
Tesla.
Too stupid.
And then you can pull from here. This is another one of my favorite ones. So now he has to like remove her jewelry. She's mad because a female cop isn't there and that he's there, but she's just trying to be difficult at every angle. And so he's trying to remove her jewelry, and that's this next part.
She is schizophrenic.
Can't start.
1 second.
My necklace.
Yes. 13 hours. You cannot have this on.
Okay, could you take it to my son then? Could you take it to my son? Wait, let me do it. Let me do it because I want you to pop my necklace because my necklace is very popular.
Can you pause it?
Okay, 'cause it's a
I don't want you to pop my necklace because my necklace is very popular.
Very popular.
This girl's going
What
to
does
become a
that
viral
mean?
sensation.
What does
She
that mean?
is going to be on tour with Glorilla. She is. I'm in love with this woman.
How do
great.
those? How are you How are you connecting these two things together?
How you gonna pop
just
my
know
necklace because it's popular?
That thing is thangin'. I
She-
know she stood up. Them cheeks. She's thangin'. You could just tell.
She claims that the necklace is $10,000 and irreplaceable is her claim during this, but we'll skip past that. And then so
Irreplaceable.
if you heard the ringing in the background, and so they keep asking, what is it? Like what is what's ringing? And then I think that's where this last timestamp is. I mean, she does have an excuse for everything. This clearly happens to her often.
And what keeps ringing on you?
It's they calling my phone from my car, and my car ain't gonna keep doing it.
Where's your watch at?
It's an eye tag thing. It's in my shoes. It's gonna vibrate over your body. Yes, it is. I got it in my shoes, so that way, pull this thing up. If you pull the back of this up, you're gonna
She's
see
got a
it.
house arrest.
Can you pause it? Do eye tags make sounds?
I don't think so.
Harrington, you have one. It doesn't make sounds, right? Don't you just use it as a GPS tracker?
No, if you like shake it, it'll like make a little
That sound?
noise. Not that sound. No.
Okay. Okay, so that's what she says at first. It's her eye tag in her shoe.
It's not. Where is it?
I don't got it. And you cannot touch me. Officer cannot touch a female. I'm gonna sue you guys, and I'm gonna make sure I call my uncle too.
Her uncle.
You cannot go. Where is it? Is it
I need
inside
to.
of you?
Yes, it's inside my private part. Yeah, that's what
It was
says.
in her
Inside
shoe.
my
Now it's in her private part.
You cannot touch my private part because if you touch my
Private
private part,
part.
I'm gonna get
Is it
sued.
inside of this?
It's in my drawers. It's in my
Okay,
drawers.
so I have to warn you that introduction of contraband to
Are those veneers,
I'm a
Shannon?
female officer, so she can dig in
Probably.
my
She's
drawers.
rich.
I just told you I do not have one.
Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me, because I can't go in because you don't got no female officer to check me. You ain't finna stick your hands in my
I
pants.
didn't ask you that.
Okay, so I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell
All
you.
right, no problem.
Thank you.
And it's inside.
That sounds
of
like a
your
ringtone.
Pants.
Your inside of your pants or inside
My
of your
drawers, my drawers with my pants.
And what is
I got on board shorts and I got it in the middle of my crouch. I always put it in the middle of my crouch. So yeah, that's what it says.
phone?
She hasn't
No,
said
it's not
one
a
word
phone,
right.
it's Apple Watch.
Not
The new
one.
Apple Watch that just came out. The
Shannon,
black
you've been very racist this episode.
I'm not doing. She's doing
She
it.
has some type of device on her. I believe it may be in her pants area. She said it's in her crotch area. Obviously, I'm not going to go in there. I took all the other loose items she has on her. Can you just try to get that out of her?
Hello. Hi. How are you? Good. What do you got on you? Nothing. I got shit on me. Okay, turn around.
You can pull it, the bottom right here.
Is that your phone?
I want more makeup to fall out right now.
You have it on? Yeah. I'm gonna take that off. Huh? I don't have it on me. Oh, okay.
So now she said it's her watch, but doesn't have it on her. So what's ringing?
Certified crazy.
What's that ring?
It's her Apple Watch.
That's what I'm saying. It's not on her wrist.
Oh.
That's her.
What a dumb shit.
Where's your Apple Watch at?
My Apple Watch, that's what's ringing, my Apple Watch.
No, but where is it?
My Apple Watch is connected to my tag thing. You know how you find your devices and stuff?
Yeah.
So that's
She asked you, where is it?
Shut up. Damn, shut up. I can't even talk. Man, I'm not talking to him no more. Because he is too rude. He's been rude since day one. I'm telling him my
Day
son
one.
is over there, and he don't want to let me buy the stuff from the store because he want to take some out of the jail so bad. I don't got time for him.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the car with you and talk to you. If I can't get in the car,
Because she's dumb as shit. She just believes you're a better Apple Watch.
She's yet to say where it is, by the way.
She gave it was in her shoe, in her crotch.
Yeah, her drawers.
And she doesn't have it on her.
My son's across the street.
My son is across the street.
There you go.
And over here to get a couple items and to go back and pick my son
Is this
up.
Houston?
Only thing I asked this
I don't
guy
know.
for from day one. And first the dude in there, the altar dude in there that's, I guess, in a room or whatever he calls himself, at first that man was fine with it. Like me paying for the stuff and going on about my business. He don't want me, he want me to be arrested instead of paying for the shit.
Still ringing.
You get what I'm
Still
saying?
ringing.
My son is across the street, meaning DC
Across the
wanted to
street.
get my
It's the
son.
kid waiting for his mom.
Where is this
Poor
watch
kid.
It's a iTag.
Yeah, but where is
iTag in my shoe. All my shoes is iTag. You ain't never seen on TikTok?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, all my shoes are iTag. Even my Jordans. I take the tongue out of it and I
So
insert.
the tag is in your shoe?
You can't see it.
What do you mean?
Holy shit.
Some cops are patients, man. My God.
Like that, my Nikes like that.
She has sandals on.
Yeah.
You go buy the tag. You're gonna have them remove your
That's
insert,
expensive,
the
the
bottom of
tag.
your shoe or the inside of your shoe, depending on where you want it, and they're gonna insert it inside your shoe. So you can always find your shoes. You can always find your devices.
No way.
What, do you live in a mansion that you can't
Google
find your
it.
shoes?
TikTok.
But it's heavier than the other shit and the other one.
She's so stupid, this cop.
What was it?
Is it coming from the shoe?
No. It's still ringing while she has the shoe in her hand.
Ma'am, I don't want to ride with him. I don't feel safe riding with him. I asked him for
They
two
can't pull her out the
supervisors,
car
and
and
we
just
have
wait
yet
to hear the
get
sound
one
of the
supervisor
fucking
that I asked
thing.
for, and that's illegal for you to do.
I don't know. I
If I'm
love
asking
this
for
woman.
higher authority, that means I want higher authority. I need a supervisor now. I'm getting tired of him. He
Gotcha,
really
baby.
working
Let me
my
get a
patience.
supervisor for you,
I'm
right?
dead ass serious.
What's up,
Working
baby?
my
I'm the
patience because I
supervisor.
don't
Let
care
me see
nothing
that
about
thing.
nothing. Only thing I care about is my son.
This is my boy Bryan McKenna. You ready to?
This girl was my roommate.
Bryan, you better not bring no other scribbles up in here. You better not bring no other girl up in here, Bryan. I threw out your motherfucking cauliflower pizza from Trader Joe. Yeah, I did. Fuck you, Bryan. McKenna. Bitch ass McKenna. You should have air tagged your pizza, bitch ass.
I'm not
My
doing
roommate
I'm not
is
doing
a
anything
night.
for you. I've already contacted the
She had a phone the
supervisor.
whole time.
They said they would be on the way to
Where it
speak
was in
to
her
you.
pocket or
I've
something?
already
They just
called
took it
medics
off
for
her.
you. I've already been more.
So we don't have to
on.
finish watching. It's a really long video,
How
but
does it end?
she also she goes to jail. But she also claims in a few minutes that she's pregnant, and so she's like, "Can you put my cuffs in the front because I'm pregnant?" Which is what almost every single person who's arrested ever says.
Yeah.
Their arms dislocated, they're pregnant, they can't breathe. Sorry, but that is often a thing that's said. You watch the videos. I'm not making it up. But it's something literally. And then, can I see the supervisor? And I want to go to the hospital.
Hospital's a big one. I've heard
Yes.
that a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that. I have to go to the hospital. I'm like,
She is gold.
You will. You're going to the police department first, and then we're going to go to the hospital. We're making one stop. You'll see.
Oh my God. You think she gets out that same night?
Probably because she's got money. She's scamming the government.
Yeah.
If she is on Section 8, she's scamming the government. She's
Yeah.
keeping all her money for herself. Yes, Harrington.
Shannon, it's Section A.
So, sorry, my apologies. Section A with her schizophrenia. She probably gets disability for her schizophrenia.
Probably.
And her claustrophobia.
$1,000 of makeup. See, in New York, isn't it? If it's under 1,000, they don't even prosecute. I'm pretty sure they don't prosecute.
I think, at least California.
700
I think
or
it's
something.
900 or something. I know in California they don't. I don't know what it is here.
It's
They
something
don't
like
care.
that. It's something close to it where it's like if it's under, they don't even call.
So what would happen if she got caught stealing like $500 worth of stuff? They just kick her out.
Here, I think they just let you go. They're like, whatever. I'm
Or they
pretty
may
sure.
like take you in, and then I think it's a signature bond where they just like take you in, process you, and then release you with like a court date.
Yeah, because there was something in the paper a while ago. You have to look up the article, but it was like the same the amount of people that had stolen. It was the same people that were getting arrested over and over and over again for
Yes,
stealing
why
at like
not?
CVS and shit. 'Cause they just were like, yeah, nothing happened, so they just go in and take. And if they don't get caught, they get the thing. It was in the paper. It was like last year or something like. All like 60% of the people were the same people doing the same crime over and over again, which is like, all right, well,
The same people.
yeah,
She's one of them.
she's one of them.
All right.
Yeah.
She's great. So I need to share that with you guys.
great.
I love her. I'm in love with
best.
her. I think she's great.
All right. Let's get out of here. We'll do a round of plugs and we'll leave. Figs, what do you got to plug?
Make sure you guys subscribe. Thousands of people who are watching this show. Subscribe to the Instagram page so you get all the updates. You can see all the guests and all the fun things that we share. At Comic Mike Figs on every platform. Subscribe. Go to X. You see I put a lot of funky stuff on X, and you could get a little preview of my Patreon show, Fig Talk. And I'm in Miami this weekend with Vinny, so fuck yeah. At Comic Mike Figs.
Nice.
Brian, what would you like to plug?
Just my Instagram, Bryan McKenna Comedy. You can listen to my podcast, which is Unsolved Mysteries Rewatch, where I just rewatch Unsolved Mysteries. Just go through it.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's it.
fun. You can follow me on Instagram at Shannon Lee 6982. Wherever you watch the show, you can also watch it live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern at gasdigital.com. Use promo code TTI. You'll get a discount on your subscription, access to every single episode of this show we've ever done, every single episode of our Power Hour, which is exclusive only for subscribers, every episode of every show on the Gas Digital Network. You get that all at a discounted subscription when you use promo code TTI. If you listen on iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you listen, make sure to rate, review, tell a friend, subscribe, leave a comment. Every little bit of interaction helps the show to grow. Take part in our YouTube premiere every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Me, Figs, Harrington usually hang out in the dinner table live chat, and so watch the show along with us. And if you have stories to submit for bad dates, bad things, or scary things, send it into thethingispodcast@gmail.com. I do still have stuff submitted, but like even if you see something on Instagram that you want us to like go over or talk about, whatever, send it in to be featured on the show. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show.
Thank
Brian.
you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming
We'll be back
by.
Yeah.
next week. Bye, guys.